And 5, 4, 3. Welcome to Peacekeeper Reaction. My name is Nathan. Thank you so much for joining us today, you guys. It's been a great day of filming. I'm having so much fun. And now we're going to move from the music to check out a Norm Macdonald appearance on Conan O'Brien. Now, these Conan O'Brien appearances are the stuff of legend. I mean, the moth joke. Maybe I'll do a reaction to that. That always gets me. It's just so Norm Macdonald. And, Andy, or not Andy, Conan himself said, like, he never knew what Norm was going to be like or what he was going to do. And that's what makes some of these appearances so fun, is because think about how scripted and shitty late night talk shows are. So I heard you went skiing recently. What is there some fun story that you had about that time you went skiing recently? Oh yeah, I was skiing, and like it's just so fucking scripted and bullshit, and they're all awful. Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, just the dregs of comedy. Oh, you get a sweet Trump impression. Anyways, I'm very excited. I don't recall this a specific appearance, but we're going to check out the Swedish German. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Norm Macdonald on Conan.
He's good, man. Really good.
New Norm. You came charging out like
that. Yeah, because Peter, look at this audience, man. They don't care about that. Why? They like jokes.
Oh yeah, the Finnish people are there. It's our Swedish.
Flag. Yeah, they got flags and they're scoring you. You got 3 9s and an 8 so far for your entrance.
Where are you guys from, man? Oh, sweet. That's Sweden?
Yeah.
God bless you, man. Everything's good about... You know, you're an Irishman. My mother, she was orange. My father, he was green. It was the biggest mix-up that you have ever seen. I'm Scottish. I'm a Scot. You're Irish.
Yes.
What are you?
Swedish German.
Swedish German? Are you really?
Yeah, really. Why would I lie about that? It's not funny.
It's very odd,
It's a very strange lie. I put one over on those people. Yeah. Swedish German.
No, I'll tell you why it's funny, man, because I was in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
I met a good old boy down there, and he said, he said, you know Andy Richter?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
You met a guy in Georgia, he said, you know Andy Richter?
Oh, yeah, you do guys do well there.
Oh.
And he said, I said, yeah. He said, have you ever heard an Andy Richter joke? I said, no. He said, well, most of it's based on him being Swedish German. And then he told me an Andy Richter joke. And
really?
But I didn't know he was Swedish German. I thought it was all nonsense.
Yeah, well, now this lines up perfectly. Let me ask you something, because it sort of relates to the first...
Wait, don't you want to hear the joke?
No.
You're down to 6. You're down to 6. All right, this joke will get you back up. You can get him back. Okay. Let's hear the joke.
Well, the fellow says, man, he says, you ever hear the time about the old prospector? That's how he talks, you know?
Yeah.
He says, man, there was an old prospector, and he was prospecting for gold, and he was having a hell of a time getting any gold. It was an empty stake, I believe. And he said he'd come into town. He'd been in the mine for a good 8 months. He said, by God, he said, I'm only flesh and blood, sure, and I need a woman, you know. And so he goes into town. He goes up to the bartender. He says, bartender, he says, man, I've been in that mine for a hell of a long time, and I'm only flesh and blood. I need a woman. Well, the bartender says, hell, there ain't no women in this town. If you want to do any of that business, all we got is Andy Richter, the Swedish German. The prospector, he says, no, he says, hell, I ain't into that funny stuff, you know. He says, I'll be fine. So he goes back to his state, you know, and he's back in that mine, man, and 6 months passes, and a year passes, and Conan, you know, people are weak. Man is made of flesh and pride, as the scriptures tell us, and by God, that old prospector finally broke to his knees and he said, I'm no worse than he went back to the bar. He was a beaten man. He says to the bartender, he says, hell, man, I've been in that place 2.5 years. A man has needs, and if you say there's no women in this here town, he says, well, I'll have to go for Andy Richter, the Swedish German. But he says, listen now, he says, man, I'm a tough old hombre, you know, and I got friends now. He says, I don't want anybody to know about this. This is back in the old days.
Sure, yeah.
He says,
I can tell by the accent, yeah.
he says, I got my cowpoke friends and so forth. I'd hate to hell anybody to know about this, you know. This got to be all secret. Nobody. I say, nobody can know about this. Bartender says, well, 4 people will know about it. How do you figure that? He says, well, he says, I'll know about it. He says, you'll know about it. Andy Richter, the Swedish German, will know about it. And the fella that has to hold down Andy will know about it. Why? Why? Because Andy Richter, the Swedish German, he don't go for that funny business neither.
At least you left me my dignity.
Yeah.
I like the way that story ended.
Yeah,
That was
because
a nice...
you were in jail.
Right. But that's not beside the point.
You were raped.
No, it's
Oh shit, that's so funny. I wonder what they had pre-planned, if they, because there's pre-interviews. Even Conan probably did them, but then Norm, being his Norm self, just goes off on a tangent. It tells a hilarious joke. 4 people know about it. That was awesome. Look, you guys, I love Norm. I love comedy. So if there are some videos that you want me to check out, make sure to get them in that comment section. I'll put them in the hat. And for Peacekeeper, I'm Nathan. Play safe. I can put my arm back on.